It's strange how silence can feel louder in a crowded room, how laughter can echo like thunder against your chest, how saying hi can feel like walking barefoot on glass. Social anxiety isn't simply shyness, it's the quiet war between wanting to connect and fearing what connection might expose. It's the fear of being seen and misunderstood at once. Beneath the surface, it isn't weakness or avoidance. It's a biological alarm, a nervous system mistaking attention for danger, a body trying to protect itself from rejection. And yet, behind that trembling voice and rehearsed smile lives something profound, a mind hyper-aware, a heart hypersensitive, a spirit still yearning for belonging. This is not just anxiety, it's the poetry of human vulnerability itself. It begins quietly, not with panic or chaos, but with a subtle hum beneath the skin, a tension you can't quite name. The kind that makes your shoulders tighten when someone calls your name, or your throat close when eyes turn toward you. In a crowded room, you smile, you nod, you appear fine. But inside, your thoughts are running faster than your words. You're measuring every gesture, every syllable, wondering if you sound strange or look uncomfortable. You laugh when others laugh, but your laughter feels delayed, slightly out of sync, like it belongs to someone else. This is what social anxiety feels like, a constant awareness of yourself, as if you're being watched through invisible glass. You are both the performer and the audience, judging, anticipating, correcting. Every pause feels like proof. Your mind whispers, "Be careful, don't say the wrong thing, don't be too much, don't be too quiet." So, you shrink. You hide your natural rhythm behind practiced responses and polite smiles. Psychologists call this self-focused attention, when awareness turns inward, away from the world, and begins to monitor every heartbeat, every movement. You stop experiencing the moment. You start managing it. It's not vanity, it's vigilance, a learned survival instinct that mistakes social attention for danger. And the danger doesn't come from others, it comes from within, from the echo of every time you were misunderstood, every time your openness met judgment, every time laughter turned sharp. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. It learns that being seen can hurt. The irony is cruel. You crave belonging more than anyone, yet the very thought of being noticed makes your body brace for rejection. It's a nervous system holding its breath, waiting for impact that never comes. Sometimes it shows up as trembling hands, a shaky voice, a sudden heat in your chest. Other times it hides beneath perfection, a calm but smiling mask that says, "I'm fine," even when you're unraveling inside. People rarely notice. They see composure. But what they don't see is the cost of that composure, the energy it takes to seem normal, the exhaustion that follows every social moment, the nights spent replaying conversations line by line, searching for mistakes that were never there. That's why silence can feel louder than words, because beneath the quiet, there's a mind rehearsing, defending, apologizing for its own existence. Social anxiety isn't loud. It doesn't scream or demand attention. It whispers, it tightens, it isolates. And in its quietest moments, it convinces you that you are the only one who feels this way. But you're not. You never were. Behind countless calm faces lies the same invisible noise, a shared human ache to belong without fear. And that's where our story begins. In the tension between connection and protection, between the need to be seen and the instinct to hide, between the noise the world can't hear and the silence that says everything. As a child, the world feels enormous, faces towering above, voices shaping meaning. You learn, without words, that belonging is safety, that approval is survival. Somewhere in those early years, something shifts. Maybe it's a teacher's sharp tone when you spoke too loudly. Maybe it's laughter that wasn't with you, but at you. Maybe it's a home where emotions were fragile things, where mistakes echoed louder than effort, and silence felt safer than being misunderstood. These moments seem small, almost forgettable, but the body remembers. It encodes the lesson: being seen can hurt. And so, your nervous system begins its training to scan, to anticipate, to protect. Each interaction becomes a quiet test. Am I safe here? Am I too much? Not enough? Psychologists call this conditioning. The mind links social exposure with pain, criticism, or rejection. Over time, it stops distinguishing real threat from imagined one. The same neural pathways that once fired to keep you alive now light up in conversations, classrooms, crowded places. The world becomes a stage you never auditioned for, and yet you can't exit. For some, it's in their genes, a temperament wired toward caution, an amygdala that flares like lightning at uncertainty. For others, it's learned, a byproduct of environments where love was conditional and vulnerability was punished. Often, it's both biology and biography intertwining until they're indistinguishable. Children who grow up feeling scrutinized learn to scrutinize themselves. They rehearse every smile, every answer, every tone. They become experts in self-surveillance long before they know what anxiety means. And while others move freely through the world, they move carefully, always measuring, always adjusting. Sometimes the fear grows, quietly, hidden behind good grades and good manners. You learn to perform competence so convincingly that even you start to believe it until your body betrays you. The sudden blush, the stammer, the racing pulse, your biology whispers the truth. I don't feel safe being seen. It's not weakness. It's memory. The nervous system has no concept of time. It reacts as if the old danger still exists. So, in adulthood, a casual conversation can awaken the same fear as childhood judgment. A friend's pause, a stranger's glance, can feel like standing trial. The tragedy is that the world rarely sees it. People call it overthinking, insecurity, shyness. But it's deeper than that. It's the echo of years spent translating rejection into identity. When a child hears, "You're too sensitive," often enough, they start to believe sensitivity itself is wrong. And so, they build walls, invisible, polite, protective walls. They hide behind competence, humor, quietness. They blend in. They make themselves smaller, easier to like, harder to hurt. But beneath the fear, something sacred remains: the longing to belong, unfiltered and unmasked. Because before the fear began, there was innocence. There was a self who spoke freely, laughed loudly, existed without apology. That self isn't gone, just buried beneath years of carefulness. And somewhere deep inside, it still waits for a moment safe enough to return.